Channel, Jersey Shore Pondscapes videos. My name is Chris and we talk all about koi ponds, water gardens, aquatic plants, pond fish, pond filtration, construction, design, all kinds of stuff, just about everything you can think of. Maintenance, when it comes to koi ponds and water gardens. I have well over 150 videos here on this channel on all kinds of topics that are broken down into playlists. So if you're looking for something specific, please check out the playlists, and hopefully that'll help guide you and help you find what you're looking for. I've been professionally building koi ponds now for well over 25 years. So I put together this channel to basically share with you a lot of the things that I've learned over the years and hopefully help you to understand and enjoy your own koi ponds better. If you're looking to build a pond on your own, I hope I can help you with a lot of ideas and design tricks and the whole bit here. So yeah, take some time and check out all the videos here, and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. There's a ton of stuff for you here and I really appreciate your support. So thank you very much for that. Today's video, we are basically going to be looking at a brand new pond that I just finished up. It's a really nice pond. The first day that I met the owner of this property, I walked in his backyard with him and he says, I want to build a pond here. And as soon as I saw the area, I said, this is going to be nice. This is a really great area to build a pond. So it is between a pool and a gazebo, all right? And it just had a good feeling for me. And when he explained to me, he already had pretty much a little design, a shape into his mind as to what he was looking to create. And we modified it and changed things a little bit. We added a little bridge over it. It has a nice waterfall as well as a stream. So yeah, this pond really has a lot of really nice features, and I wanted to share it with you today and show you, how we went about building it and what it ended up being. Okay. So yeah, first off, I did rent a small machine to dig this hole, and we used a bunch of different size rock and boulders here, from smaller, field stone, wall stone kind of, so to say, to large boulders. Okay, and we mixed everything in all around in between. Digging the hole, was a piece of cake. We did find the gas line which led from the house out to his pool heater. It could have been anywhere on the property, but yeah, it has to be right down the center middle of the pond. Whatever, we had that taken care of. We had it cut off and removed so we can go with it. We did hit some sprinkler lines as well, which is common. I often do hit sprinkler lines, and we just basically rerouted them, down around under the pond, around the side. There's, I think, two lines that we had encountered. Not a big deal. So yeah, we got the hole dug out, and we basically used a 150-gallon Rubbermaid stock tank as a gravity-fed filter. We put two 4-inch bulkhead fittings into that tank with two 4-inch gate valves and all 4-inch PVC piping that ran underground to two 4-inch bottom drains that we used here in the bottom of the pond. This basically is a really what's the word? Typical system that I use. Okay, it's just depending on the size of the pond, whether I use a 100-gallon tank, a 150-gallon tank. Sometimes I'll even custom build a large tank out of concrete if I need to, and then you know, again, the size of the pond will determine, you know, 1 bottom drain, 2 bottom drains, 3, 4, 5 bottom drains. It just all varies, okay? What's really important, the way that I size my filter tanks with the amount of bottom drains that I need is basically not only about the amount of gallons in the pond, but it's also a big part of the size of the pump that I'm using to, you know, circulate the water. This pond uses a 1/2 horsepower Performance Pro Artesian 2 pump that is pumping 7,600 gallons an hour, okay? So in order to supply that pump with the proper amount of water, I need 2 bottom drains, all right? So those 2 bottom drains flow into that tank, go all through different layers of media, and then the pump pulls it out off the top. It goes through a UV sterilizer, and then the line splits. One line goes to one side where we're going to do a stream. The other line goes up to the waterfalls, where I have 4 different outputs on that waterfall. So yeah, and if you're interested in, you know, more about that gravity-fed filter systems, that's all I do. Every pond I've ever built, we're using gravity-fed filter systems, unless it's something really, really small. Yeah, and I have a bunch of videos here on my channel all about them, telling you how I build them, how they work, and also the plumbing and the maintenance of them as well. So yeah, if you're interested in all that stuff, you can check out these other videos here that I have on the gravity-fed filters. So yeah, so once we got the, you know, the hole dug, the bottom drains in, all the plumbing, the pipe work done to the filter system, then we put the liner in. We seal those bottom drains in with the, you know, in the liner with the silicone, and put the flange on top. And that has to be done, you know, on a dry day, okay, where it's a little bit warmer, and, you know, no rain, okay, so that silicone can dry for at least, you know, I like to leave it at least a day overnight to dry before any kind of water hits it, just as, you know, precaution. And, you know, once we had that liner in, we start with the rock work. So we started doing the rocks all around the perimeter of the pond first. Again, I have videos on how I use the rocks and boulders here. Basically, we build a shelf in the pond about 4 to 6 inches underwater. We put you know, the liner down on that shelf. We pile our rocks up, stack our rocks up on that shelf, and then we bring the liner up behind the rocks. We back it with more rock and then cap it all off. And the advantage of that is my liner is up off of the ground, and the pond is a completely closed system, so no rain, mud, runoff, mulch, or anything like that can run into the pond, okay? The liner is not flat on the ground. It is up nice and high. So it's a nice you know, little trick that I use, you know, to keep those ponds clean and completely closed systems. So yeah, so we started doing all the rock work around the pond. You know, the homeowner had ordered a bridge, a nice low little bridge, aluminum bridge that we're going to put over the pond. So I had that area, you know, measured out and all set and ready to go to fit the bridge when we got it. And you know, we started moving the dirt around, all the dirt that came out of the hole. We used a lot of it back underneath the waterfall, and we also brought a lot of it around the other side of the gazebo. We were where we were going to build the stream, okay? So I have to have elevation, a little bit of elevation on the stream. It's important to have a little pitch on the stream, not only for the water flow, but we have to start with our starting point where the water spills back into the pond. We have to make that up high enough, okay, above the water level of the pond, and to be able to overlap those liners. The liner from the stream has to go over the liner of the pond, okay, so that all that water comes down off the stream and into the pond and not, you know, leak out. So we need to start that a little bit higher, okay? Once we have that height, then we work back from there. So we did a nice stream bed, little curve here, winding back to the side of the gazebo. The stream, varies in width from, 2 to 3 foot wide, and it's all built out of concrete. All right, we do mix, Portland and sand. We make a nice concrete mixture. We lay the whole riverbed down in concrete and then set stones, flat stones and round stones inside the concrete. Now, the reason why I do that is basically because if the typical way of building a stream is to lay a liner down, right, and fill it with gravel. Well, the problem with that is basically most of your water runs through the gravel, not over the top of it, and the gravel holds all the sediment and debris. It becomes a mess, okay, or in time. Here, all my water is going to flow over the top of the concrete. There's no buildup of debris, okay? All the sludge and sediment and stuff that's going to come down, whatever there is, because with a gravity-fed filter too, it's all, the water's all being filtered before it's pumped back, but you still get, a little bit of debris that can come down. It all runs over the concrete. If it ever gets dirty, right, we can just take a hose and wash it down. All right, it's really easy to maintain. And, it's going to get a nice green slime coat on it eventually anyway, so it will naturalize and look like, a natural stream bed anyway over time. So yeah, I actually have a whole nother video on how to build a stream. You might want to check that out, and I have a video on how to make a waterfall as well. And yeah, definitely check out those playlists. So yeah, so we did that, and then we started working on the waterfall, right? And the waterfall was basically, a lot of large boulders, placing one at a time with the excavator, the small excavator machine that we had. It basically chain up the boulders, chain them to the bucket in the machine. We lift them up, we put them, set them in place, set the concrete, set them right in concrete. Once I have the basic frame of the waterfall built, then we go back in with the smaller stones and the concrete, and we stuff all the cracks and crevices, and we make it all look nice at that point. So yeah, so this all came out really, really cool. You can see here, the end result. We did do a little bit of landscape work around it as well. That really, really made this pond just stick out, and it looks great. Little bit of gravel around the base of the bridge. Okay, a couple stepping stones there, but the gravel around the base of the bridge is basically, to keep it nice and clean, because you're going to be walking over those stepping stones, and they don't want to walk in mulch, right? You want to walk in nice clean gravel. But with the little stepping stones that lead out to the gazebo was a really nice finishing touch here. And overall, I'm really proud of this pond. It really, really came out looking great. Hopefully soon we'll be throwing some fish in here, at least a little bit now. It's getting later in the fall. And we'll probably, try to throw a couple fish in here for now, but I think, the homeowner will probably be putting more fish in there come spring, and really make this pond come to life. All right, so that's basically it. I just wanted to share with you the pond and the build of this thing, and how we did it, and show you the end result. Really nice project, and I hope you enjoyed watching the video. So again, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're into this stuff, and take a look at all those videos I have. I have a lot of helpful stuff here for you guys. And thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again in another video. Take care, have a great day. Bye.